right now, the Los Angeles people, they are on strike.
Yes.
And one of their reasons for the strike is artificial intelligence.
You are up to date, sir.
Oh, yes. I keep myself up to, I don't allow time to, you see. So, very soon we're going to have problem with artificial intelligence.
Yeah. Chat GPT and all those things.
You see, jobs that should be done by human beings will be done by machines. So you'll find that employers, people will work for less number of days.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a lot of leisure on their hands. And this is now, young people should take advantage of the rural areas. People will start going on, tourism. They would like to tour places and so on. So start looking for jobs in the rural areas. Start learning about how to handle people on tour.
Tour guides
and
travel guides.
Start looking that way. Because very soon, life will be, if it is true, if it is properly done, life will be easier.
Mm-hmm.
But because of artificial intelligence. So we should start preparing. But we have a lot of tourist sites in the rural, which are in very bad condition. We should start looking at how to improve them, the approaches, how to get to these places should be properly done. And tourism is making, in some of the countries, is their main source of revenue today. And Ghana has a very good chance in that field. He's been there for a very long time. I have a friend called Kafui. He runs a tourist center called Kasapa. And when he founded the place, he married to a German lady. They came to me. I used to go and do what we call them, folk tales.
Mm-hmm.
I used to go and tell announcers, and they were paying me. I spent the night. They looked after me very well, food, everything. But you see, when the pandemic came, it has ruined it. People are not traveling as they were before. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So tourism is a big deal.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Have you heard about the opening of the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park?
Yes, done by Nana Akufo-Addo.
What are your thoughts on that?
Wonderful, because the day before, one of my sons who is in Britain lost his sister, and he came down, and he was visiting me that he's married to an Adan lady, a nurse, and the Adans don't like the NPP. So my boy is now a complete NPP opposite. And that day, the day before the commissioning, they were visiting me. I didn't know that anything had been done to the place. And my son was arguing against Nana Akufo-Addo. He's like this, he's done this, doesn't like that. Then the next day, I heard they went. So since I haven't seen him, I don't know whether he's come back. I wanted to tell him, when Kwame Nkrumah died, I had to go to Kafui twice.
Yes.
And I did commentary on his burial at the Kafui.
You did?
Yes. And then came to Ghana. It wasn't buried in Kafui.
Yes, it was buried in Guinea first.
There was this debate over whether he should be brought back or not. I interviewed Kwame Nkrumah's mother.
Oh. Nyaniba. You did?
The regret is that I didn't take a shot of it. I sat on a small stool, and Kwame Nkrumah looked very closely like the mother. The jawbone, the face, and she was a smallish woman.
Can you describe her emotions?
Yes, she said she was weeping, and she told me the story of Kwame Nkrumah in a few words. She said Kwame Nkrumah wanted to become a priest, and he wanted to go to Anusano, where they train the priests. Then he had a friend from he had a letter from a friend in America to go there, and he left. And he said he never heard of him again until he heard Ghana wanted him to come back. And he came back. And in a room, he said, if Kwame Nkrumah had done something wrong, the Ghanaian elders should have taken him into the chambers and talked to him. They dismissed him. And now they are fighting over whether he should come or not come. He was laid in state in a two-story building owned by Biduansa also. He was a contractor, I think.
It must have been terrible for her to have her child predecease her.
Yeah. That day, I think Pidema and Kojo
Bocho.
I think they were around when I was doing the interview. The regret of my life today that I didn't take a shot of it.
With you and Nyaneba?
I could have made a lot of money.
It's because the Nyaneba estate was named after her.
Yeah.
Yes.
I interviewed Nyaneba.
Fantastic.
And when Kwame was removed from the mortuary, 37, I stood at where they have built that place where they were holding the June 4.
Yes.
Yeah, I stood there and did
the
commentary.
cenotaph. You stood there?
Yeah. Then I followed them to State House. That was the first day I saw General Achampo as a human being, very smallish, with smallish buttocks. When this man, Kutuka, was murdered, Kutuka was asleep. And the artist, it was called Boachi, I think. Boachi. He was a tall fellow. I did commentary on their shooting.
The execution of the people who tried.
Yeah. I did the one for what they call him?
Guitar boy?
The guitar boy,
Guitar boy.
And is it Boachi was the name? It was a tall cat.
How do you do a commentary on an execution? What do you say?
Yeah, well, I was great. Arthur was going bravely to be shot. The other man, he was resisting and they were dragging him, they were pulling him. And I was describing all that. Then they went behind the thing and they were shot. And then I did it once.
So you saw them being shot?
Yes. Oh, yes. I saw them. It was very, people gathered, it was a big crowd to watch.
So what is it? I mean, what do you hear? Did they scream? Did they shout before? Were they praying? I mean,
I didn't. The man I saw resisting was that Boachi. He was resisting to be shot. But the others, they went bravely to the place and they were shot.
What does the sound of the gun sound like?
I can't describe that. In those days, it just went, they were standing behind that.
A stake? Like a pillar or something, wooden pillar?
No, it's a mound. Big mound.
Yes. Is this a Teshi, right?
Yeah, it's a shooting range.
Shooting range.
So the range, the wood, made of swish.
Yes.
So it silenced
the shot of
shot. Yeah.
Okay. Did you have like bad dreams about you seeing somebody being killed?
No.
You never had any bad dreams?
No.
What was the most terrible thing you've witnessed?
In life?
Yes. That gave you sleepless nights?
The most terrible thing I can remember was when we had a shipwreck. And the lifeboat in which we were was registered to take 25 people. That we had taken a lot more than and we were beginning to drown. This is
in the World War II?
Yeah.
When you were in the Navy?
Yeah, the Navy.
And your boat was torpedoed?
Yeah. And we had one South African rating, a white man. The people were trying to climb on board our lifeboat. So he took an axe and cut their hands. Then they went into to make it. Otherwise, we would have drowned. That was a terrible experience, something I'd never seen or imagined before. And ever since, it was terrible, and blood was gushing. But we were saved in 4 days.
No water, no food.
We had the life boats. They have food under the seas.
Okay.
And what food do you think they have?
Tell me.
Carrots.
Carrots?
Carrots, boiled carrots. They're preserved. Boiled carrots and chocolate. Big,
Chunks?
chocolate, yeah, soju. And water.
And you were bobbing around on the sea?
Yeah.
You couldn't see land?
Yeah.
How far were you away from land?
We don't know. Today, I don't know how far we were.
You couldn't see any land at all?
We were picked by a seaplane on patrol.
Where were you going? Where did the boat set sail from?
We left a Liberian port,
Monrovia.
And we were out at sea. So I didn't know exactly where we were.
Was it a patrol? Were you on patrol duty?
No, we were escorting merchant ships.
Ah, during the war.
Yeah,
this is 1945?
Yeah, it was 45, towards the end of 45. We were escorting merchant boats. They divided the sea into zones. So we were in Zone G. Zone G starts from Gibraltar to Cape Town.
That's a massive zone.
Yeah, that was our ships were going.
And was that your first trip on the ship?
No.
It wasn't.
Oh,
So you
so many trips.
So you had done that whole Zone G before this particular.
Right, yeah.
Who attacked you?
We don't know. It looks like we struck a mine.
Oh, a mine in the sea.
Yeah, in the sea. Yeah.
Did you think that was it? That was the end?
Well, I never bothered after that. I was in the bathroom in the night.
When the mine hit?
When the boat was hit and it tilted. Hey, fearful. Everything was tumbling. When you are on a warship, in the war, you have on a ship, you have what you call action stations. There are points on the boat, on the ship, where they have live boats hanging. And when there's trouble, the captain will give an order and they will sound a whistle to tell you that everybody should run to his action station.
Did you hear the whistle?
Yeah, you hear. I didn't. You don't even have time to listen to whistle. You know your action station, and you know there's trouble. Your ship is in trouble, so you go to the station, and then you start working on lowering the lifeboat.
Mm-hmm.
That was the dangerous part. Some people, if you don't lower the lifeboat properly, it will tilt, and it will go into the sea.
You are gone.
But you should be able to lower it in such a way to land
exactly
flat on the surface.
Yeah.
Then you
move.
And when people are fighting for life, Kafui,
desperation,
it's no joke. People fight death. When death is facing you and you run away from it, it's no joke.
What did death look like when you saw it?
Nothing. You couldn't see death. We only saw darkness.
Oh, this happened when in the night?
It was in the night. Oof. Pitch dark. You couldn't even see your own hand.
And you were 18? You were a young man?
Yeah, I was a small boy, not even a man. I was a small boy.
I understand that more than half of the people perished.
Yeah. We had 120 on our ship. The number saved was 59.
Wow.
The rest were
61 gone.
Yeah.
People you knew personally.
Yeah. We were taken to Senegal, to Dakar.
Mm-hmm.
We spent about a week receiving medical attention and so. Then back to Freetown.
So when you read the accounts of the Titanic going down,
yeah.
and even the Titan which went down recently, you identify?
Yeah, I've watched. There's a film on it.
The Titanic. A very long film.
I saw it. Was it in Nigeria or here? Maybe. I saw it at the cinema at Abraka. Mm-hmm. Is it Royal?
Possibly.
Royal, yeah. I saw it there.
And were you following the recent explosion, the implosion of
I was following
the Titan?
Yeah. 5 people they never came back. I think there was some trouble with the craft.
Yes. It
The
wasn't
craft-
certified for,
yeah,
for going down that
yeah.
depth.
It was very, and a certain lady was to have gone with them, and her child went instead, and you never came back.
Yeah. Well, how important is it for you to be up to date with what's happening?
Like you interviewing me now. I don't want to be. I hate ignorance. I don't want to be found wanting. We're always fighting over radio in the house.
Who wins most of the time?
When I get fed up, I drive them away. Yeah. I'm very up to date. Very, very up to date.
I've seen that. I've heard the evidence. Yeah.
I wanted to start writing to be, you write for the internet. They call it something, they have a name.
Blogs.
The blog. Yeah.
But you know we can actually do that. So you can actually do an audio blog. So instead of you writing, you just record your thoughts.
You mean it?
Yes.
Hey, Kafui.
Yes. I've dropped something new on you
Look
today.
at you.
Look at me well, man. You can do an audio blog. So audio, you don't have to worry about writing. You can just say like a diary, Joe's diary, and you say today. You mention the date.
You know why I haven't started?
Tell me.
The only reason is that I type my writings, you know, and I don't have a typewriter now.
You don't have to type, sir.
Yeah.
You just speak. Yes. And you just date it. 15th July 2015. Joe Lartey here. Then your thoughts on the day or what you've been thinking about. It's an audio blog. It's a podcast. It's called a podcast.
Yeah, the podcast, yeah.
You're done.
The BBC, they have
Yes,
podcasts.
yeah, exactly.
I don't even know where you can get one.
It's online. So I mean, and because you are 96, I mean, how many people are 96 in this world? You can tell them what you have learned in your life as a 96-year-old man. And just every day, 5 minutes. You can pick a topic, marriage, health, sports, religion, the things that you have learned. And you publish it online.
You do get paid for it?
Of course.
You do?
Yes.
Who pays you?
The advertisers. Because if you have an audience, you have a following, then the advertisers will now start putting their adverts on your blog.
I've been thinking about this thing for years.
Well, we've shown you this. That's the solution. You can come and record it here. Yes. We learn new things every day. Yes. So let's think about it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes.
So
We can actually even turn our conversations into a podcast. Yes, what we've done so far, we can just turn it into a
it's like
podcast.
writing for the newspaper.
It's like writing for the newspaper, but it's just audio.
Yeah. So
Yeah, you don't have to type anything. Worry about A when, B when. No. You just speak.
you talk about, chances in the rural areas.
That's
or
it.
the young people.
Anything that you just.
You think about.
That's it.
One thing I realized that the Ghanaian public is very uninformed about what is going on outside
Around the
Ghana.
world. You said that.
It's
Yeah,
not a
yeah,
good
yeah.
thing. If the politicians were sensible, that's one area they should be. No, it's true.
That's a big jab, you know.
Yeah, because most Ghanaians think we are the only people who are suffering. You see, but a lot of people are. This morning, BBC, they had a program in the morning after the news. They had about 5 people discussing the difficulties in living
around the world
in their country.
So you have people from different countries
and
contributing.
They may even repeat it during the day. You know, the BBC,
They always repeat themselves. Yeah. You're a loyal fan.
You see?
Yeah. So there are opportunities, Mr. Lartey.
And I sit here.
No, we're here now. I've told you. Yes. So you said, listen, the inevitable is that one day we'll all go.
Yeah.
Do you care how people remember you when you are gone? And if you do, how would you like them to remember you?
That's a very interesting question. Do I care how people remember me after? I'd like people to remember me as a pleasant person. That's all. Somebody, the other day, somebody told me something. And I was surprised that he said what he said. I was very surprised because I thought people have not been observing me in my life. He said something like, I'm harmless. You know, I'm harmless, slow in doing certain things. And I was surprised.
Is that how you see yourself?
Because, yes, because I know that